Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we have some art to unbox. Finally, it's been a while since I've had an actual unboxing video. A lot of my purchases were waiting for me at OAX. So, but as things would have it, after I got back from OAX, there's a couple deliveries that are now a bit of a backlog. So that's just the way it goes when you collect art. It just kind of goes in waves. So anyway, the package I have today is some Tom Reilly art. Now, if you know what Tom Reilly's working on, you've seen the things that I've been talking about, the interest that I've had in comic art. No surprise what these pages are. So we're just gonna kind of jump into it, and we'll talk about the pages that I picked up. Let's see. Let's do this. There's something else in here. Josh. Okay, so these pages I purchased from Josh Raybuck through Modern Mythology Comic Art, and I've been dealing with Josh for years now. Been a big fan and a big supporter of Tom's for it's like six years now. I want to say like 2019, 18, 19, somewhere in there. Anyway, had been loving Tom's art, and every time I buy something from Josh, he throws in some type of surprise goodies. So we're gonna see what these are first. So I have a feeling what one of these might be, but I don't know. Wasn't expecting maybe two things. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. This is yeah, it's the GI Joe convention exclusive copy of issue 1, and it's personalized to Carl from Tom Reilly. So yeah, this is Tom had these at I think it was Wicked Con, and I was supposed to go to that convention, but then there was some travel issues and flights got canceled, and it was only it was a really quick weekend trip. It's actually Boston. I was thinking about driving. Anyway, long story short, I ended up just kind of bagging it and not going. And I said, hey, I'll because Josh was going to be there as well, and I said, well, I'll another time we'll do it. So I think he had this done for me at that show, and yeah, because I remember saying that, hey, I got something for you for the next time that you pick something up, and thanks, dude. All right, let's see what this other one is here. Looks like some more comics, and oh damn, okay, okay, that's awesome. All right, so basically, what they've been doing, Skybound has been doing a lot of variant covers, and naturally, their convention exclusive also had multiple variant covers. So there's the GI Joe version. Naturally, also got me a Cobra version of it to Carl from Tom. That's awesome. And then the other one, this is awesome. It's the clan, the Arashikage variant cover. So that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Tom. Super stoked to have those. They will go, and I have the spinner rack back there, so I will display those proudly. Now, if those three comics weren't a clue as to what these pages are, then I don't know. Then you're just not paying attention. So, all right. So this is let's get it open, and then we'll talk about that with the pages. So if you remember, issue 1 ended up selling complete. I remember I had been talking to Josh for a while about when Tom was announced on GI Joe as on the main series. When we'd talk, I'd say, hey, I'd mentioned GI Joe, or if there was some other variant that that Tom had, or some work that Josh had at Tom's. I said, well, I'm kind of saving for GI Joe. I know I want to try to get some good examples from the series, from Tom's work on the series, and so I just kind of was putting things off, and then issue 1 ended up selling complete, which I was like, oh man, but I was really happy. Again, I was happy for Tom, happy for Josh, happy for the collector who bought the whole issue. So to have the first issue together, that's super fun. And I, who am I to kind of get in the way of that? I think that's a really cool thing to have. And plus, it takes away the temptation from buying a whole lot of those issue 1 pages. So Not a bad thing either. All right, let's see. There's multiple. Let's get this out of here. Move this. I have are these are pages from yeah, sweet. Um, these are pages from issue 2 of Tom's work on the GI Joe uh, ongoing series, and there are a total of 3 pages here, all from issue 2. Let's see. All right, they're in order of the page numbers within issue 2. So, and I don't have the book in front of me. I'm not sure what particular page numbers these are. But all right. So first up, we have this. I talked about. I mean, actually, I talked about all these pages in the video where I talked about reviewed the issue, looked at all the art from the story. But yeah, this is the first page I picked up was I think it's page 3. But yeah, this page, there's a lot going on in this page that I like. You have Mercer up top there, telling the Vipers, it's like him like basically saying, I hate this guy, I hate this Duke, like he's causing us problems, he won't die. No, let's get this guy. So they take their Energon rifles and they fire at the Fang helicopter that Duke is piloting, and they take that helicopter out. They hit the propellers, and then you see Clutch. I like that you get Clutch on here. Clutch has a moment of like, oh man, Duke, what are you doing now? Like, what crazy thing are you doing? And then again, we've talked about it numerous times, but Tom's use of reflective surfaces to tell some more story. So you get the reflection of the Fang kind of exploding, the propellers kind of blowing up there, and you see Mercer reacting to the explosion. And you see it again. It's like a body language thing. You can tell that Mercer's like, "Oh man, this guy is gonna do it again." And then you get that bottom panel of the explosion happening. 80s action hero Duke just exploding forward with the big explosion behind him. Crazy kind of like eyes squinting, eyes closed. I love that the energy that conveys. Mercer bracing for the blow of Duke, tackling him, and so. Yeah, just another great example of Tom's storytelling, and yeah, this is this one I was this was the third page that I decided to purchase. Like the first 2 I kind of like zeroed in on, and then this one I was like, you know what, I got to get that one too, because it's a great Duke Duke being Duke moment, and I wanted to get something that represented that from the issue. So. Okay, so the next page that I have is this was a top priority of mine because of here, I'll show the page and then I'll talk about why it was a top priority. But yeah, it's a good looking page. So this is Risk, the character Risk, who is a Joshua Williamson and Tom Reilly creation for the series. So the idea of being able to pick up a page that features Tom's addition to the Joe roster, I couldn't pass that up. I really wanted to get something that had Risk on there, and what better than I couldn't get the first appearance because that was in issue 1, but this page was a nice consolation prize, put it that way, because it's Duke being introduced to Risk, and it's Risk kind of officially joining the team. Shakes hands with Hawk there, and yeah, this is. I love the relationship that this establishes right off the bat. Risk becomes like an antagonist for Duke because Duke immediately feels threatened by this guy. Like, he's like, Hawk, I thought I was in charge of the team, and now you're bringing in members. Like, what the hell are you doing? So there's this that it starts off in the wrong foot right there, and especially in this moment, Duke is already defeated. He feels pissed off that the first mission was a failure, so he's kind of at a low point, and then he gets introduced to this new character, and he's like, he feels like he has no control over anything, like everything's going wrong, and it just kind of sets it off on the wrong foot. But I love this, full page introduction shot to Risk coming on the scene there. Yeah, it's a nice clean look. I like the suit look, and essentially in talking to in seeing interviews with Williamson and Tom Reilly, like that was their goal. They were thinking about how to introduce a character to the team and how to how do you add an interesting character to an already interesting stable of characters that they have on the GI Joe roster. And they thought, well, there isn't really like a suited guy, like a guy in a clean suit, and so they're like, all right, that's something to start with. So he's got that clean suit look, but he's also a cage fighter. So he's got those kind of contrasting character, the contrasting visual character cues. Like he's put together, clean cut, but he's also scrappy cage fighter. So I like that the duality there. All right, so. Yeah, now this third page, yeah, this one is really super cool, and and what I liked about the pages that I picked so far from issue 2, they're all different. I mean, they have different characters on them, but you still get the a flavor of all of the, not all the characters, but most of the characters that are the main players in the series so far. There's nothing with Baroness on them, unfortunately. I only have I have a Baroness page from the Duke miniseries, but nothing from Joe yet. Eventually, we'll get there. But this page, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. So this is it's towards the end of issue 2. It's Cobra Commander is keeping secrets from Destro. Destro doesn't like it. Destro's trying to say, hey, you gotta cue me in on things that are going on. Like what's going on here? And Cobra Commander makes this comment like, this has to do with something before you knew me, before we were partners. And then you see that shot of the flashback of Megatron behind Cobra Commander, and that alludes to when Cobra Commander had Megatron captive during the Cobra Commander miniseries. It's how Cobra Commander kind of learned about Energon and learned about the alien technology, and what kind of set him on that path of where he's going now by trying to retrieve the chunk of Cybertron. That's why he holds it in high regard. It's a high priority target. That's why they went after the chunk that the Joes had, and now they have their hands on it. And this is a great it also, not only that amazing top panel of Megatron, but it's another Cobra Commander Destro scene, and I've talked about it many times that the Cobra Commander and Destro dynamic within Cobra is something that I find incredibly intriguing, and I love how they are presenting it here in the Energon universe. And Cobra Commander is a very a very kind of badass version of Cobra Commander that we've not yet seen before, and but you also still get that play between Cobra Commander and Destro. So they're partners, they're reluctant partners. They have differing, they might have a similar goal, but they also have differing goals because you feel like eventually Destro is not going to want to put up with this stuff anymore. And we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that partnership lasts. But for now, it's they have common goals. They want to get Destro. Destro does want to get a hold of more of this, whatever this is that helps power the weapons. So it's obviously it's the Energon. Yeah, I just love that again, another reflective shot. The fist in front of Cobra Commander there, shining, reflecting back on his mask. And then this walk-off panel of Destro down here. Get Mercer in the background there. And yeah, this is just, I really have enjoyed the G.I. Joe series so far. I ended up not picking up anything from issue 3, just because I kind of, got 3 from issue 2, and I was like, I have to pace myself. It's like between this and Transformers, all this Energon stuff is, it's a slippery slope. But I did see that this might frame the way I move forward. But Tom Reilly is doing the first arc, and so at least there's going to be 6 issues of Tom Reilly art, and then I imagine if I were, I don't know, I just have a feeling that because of Tom's involvement in the Duke miniseries and then this one, I imagine he'll stay on board in the Energon universe somehow. And because of the response to the Cobra Commander art and the Duke art were both very positive. I could see them doing a one on one off kind of arc approach. So we'll see. We'll see if Tom comes back for Volume 3. I hope so, but he's done so much design work, so far. I just have a feeling that he's on board and he's going to be involved in the future. And I hope so, because I'd love to see more Tom Reilly G.I. Joe art past issue 6. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I definitely the Megatron page was a top target because it reminds me of the some of the Duke and Starscream flashback pages that I already have, so it pairs nicely with those. And anytime you get some of the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover art on the same page, or crossover characters on the same page, those are fun. I really I'm attracted to those. I think having the Megatron and Cobra Commander on this page is super cool, and also it just kind of shows the combined nature of what the big picture story being told. So yeah, those are really fun to have. And then to get the nice appearance at Risk, and then a crazy Duke action moment. That's just So huge shout out to Josh at Modern Mythology. So thank you for getting these to me. Thank you for the extra goodies. That's a surprise. I like that they're personalized to me. That's super cool. And eventually I'm gonna meet. I've yet to meet Tom in person. I've yet to meet Josh in person too. So that's a priority. I want to make that happen at one of these conventions. And I would go strictly for that purpose, to just go meet and talk to those guys. So and that's what I was talking about before. When you talk about the appeal of OAX and the community aspect of it, that was really fun. And attending conventions now and moving forward, like those are the reasons why I'm going to want to attend conventions, because of the personal connections and meet up with friends, artists that I really enjoy, and that's the that's the goal moving forward. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this one, and I will see you soon.